So here's an interesting take for you guys. Mitt Romney has been asked to lead health and human services in Biden administration. Sources are telling the Chronicle that Senator Mitt Romney has been asked by the presumptive president-elect Joe Biden to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. He is currently discussing the nomination with the family and is expected to accept the appointment. Biden advisors expect that Romney, a former management consultant by training and former CEO of Bain Capital, will be tasked with making the national healthcare system affordable without legislation that modifies the Affordable Care Act. That work is expected to focus on a massive transition to telehealth services, expansion of digital appointment scheduling, expanded access to pharmaceuticals online, and the development of artificial intelligence technologies that will automate patient intake processing, make screening recommendations, and seamlessly sync medical record access between multiple providers serving a single patient. It's unclear if Romney will be tasked with creating open market pricing systems for a la carte medical services, which could advance the work that the Trump administration has done to require providers to make pricing for their services public. That strategy is seen as key to creating a price-competitive atmosphere between providers. According to state law in Utah, a vacancy will be filled by gubernatorial appointee from one of three individuals nominated by the legislator, each of whom must be a member of the political party of the prior office holder. Romney has expressed a desire for Governor Gary Herbert to appoint former Representative Mia Love to fill the vacancy. So what most of you don't know is that Joe Biden, his plan for healthcare is to reform the ACA within 10 years so that you might get coverage. Let's take a look at his page. Let's see what he himself has actually said. When we passed the Affordable Care Act, I told President Obama it was a big deal, or something to that effect. This is kind of a meme, right? Like, isn't this kind of a meme? Like, you know those memes where everybody's always making fun of him for, like, forgetting stuff? Like, he played himself for this one. On March 23rd, 2010, President Obama signed the Affordable Care Act into law. We don't need to know about that. Let's see. As president, Biden will protect the Affordable Care Act from these continued attacks. He opposes every effort to get rid of this historic law, including efforts by Republicans and efforts by Democrats. Instead of starting from scratch and getting rid of private insurance, he has a plan to build on the Affordable Care Act by giving Americans more choice, reducing healthcare costs, and making our healthcare system less complex to negative. For Biden, this is personal. He believes that every American has a right to peace of mind that comes with knowing they have access to affordable, quality healthcare. He knows that no one in this country should have to lay in bed at night staring at the ceiling wondering, what will I do if she gets breast cancer or if he has a heart attack? Will I go bankrupt? He knows there is no peace of mind if you cannot afford to care for a sick child or family member because of a pre-existing condition, because you've reached a point to where your health insurance says no more, or because you have to make decisions between putting on the table and going to the doctor or filling a prescription. So funny. He pretends that he wants everybody to have Medicare, healthcare, but goes off of private insurance. Give every American access to affordable health care insurance. From the time right before the Affordable Care Act's key coverage-related policies went into effect in the last full year of the Obama-Biden administration, 2016, the number of Americans lacking health care fell from 44 million to 27 million. Giving Americans a new choice. So he wants to give us a public health insurance option like Medicare. Increasing the value of tax credits to lower premiums and extend coverage to more working Americans. tax credits. Jesus Christ. This is so abysmal. Today, families that make between 110%, as President Biden will help middle-class families by eliminating the 400% income cap on tax credit eligibility. Expanding coverage to low-income Americans. Premium-free access to the public option for those 4.9 individuals who would be eligible for Medicaid, but for the states in action and making sure their public option ensure people making below 138% of the federal poverty level get covered. Jeez, man. Okay. Guys, this is abysmal, man. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, basically he's going to do shit for you. Like I said, he's going to quote unquote expand the Affordable Care Act in a matter of 10 years. So you might get coverage. Keyword might. You guys have to understand, Joseph Biden is a Republican, right? The Affordable Care Act was made by the Heritage Foundation, a right-wing conservative think tank. It's a Republican idea. And the only reason the Republicans were against it in 2010 is because partisan politics, really. That or to put on a face and act like they cared about their constituents, which technically they did, but it wasn't for Medicare for all. And they voted against it anyways. So let's not pretend that the Affordable Care Act is some type of genius left-wing idea, okay? It's a Republican idea, and basically, guys, unless you're making 138% above the poverty line, you're pretty fucked, aren't you? And your kids, too. So isn't that amazing? Here's the deal, right? Medicare for all, and I've said this many times, Medicare for all not only is less expensive than what we have now, it would save lives. It would literally save lives. We're talking about potentially 68,000 people. And Harvard says 45,000 people die a year from a lack of health care coverage. This president is going to be so abysmal. You guys, I don't know how... he's going to be slightly worse than Trump. Just slightly. But things like healthcare, things like the wars, he's not going to give a shit. He's not going to do anything about it at all. Medicare for all is so needed right now. During a pandemic, we already have over 230,000 people dead. And we have at least 120 million people who have little to no healthcare coverage. Either they are uninsured or they have no health insurance whatsoever. That is not a moral system. We need a system that says your life matters. A system that says you're not going to go bankrupt because you just happen to get breast cancer. You're not going to go into debt because your kid got hit by a car. Healthcare, without healthcare, you die. Without healthcare, you die. If you do not have health insurance, you're either going to die or you're either going to become an economic servitude to whatever corporation gave you that loan money or whatever hospital gave you that loan money or that bill, I mean. Medicare healthcare is a human right. If you don't have life, you don't have liberty. How do you have liberty if you're dead? Okay? We believe military is a human right. We believe the country deserves to be defended. Things like policing. We have a right to be protected, right? I mean, they don't do a really good job at it, but the whole notion is you have a right to self-preservation to that life, whether it be defense or whether it be healthcare. No, I'm not saying I want to put all doctors in chains, in shackles, and make them give out free healthcare. That's beyond hyperbolic and not even worth debunking because, one, you don't get paid if you're a slave, And two, ask all the doctors in Scandinavia if they feel like slaves. No one deserves to die from a lack of healthcare coverage. No one. Hell, even if you could afford your own healthcare, everybody would be covered if I was president. Everybody. But his plan is not for us. His plan is basically for Big Pharma. So, this is not good, guys. We're not going to get anything on healthcare. So, I mean, like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, the man's a Republican. The man's a straight up Republican. And we just had a bunch of lefties and liberals not only vote for him, but praise a man saying bullshit like a vote for Biden is patriotic. I understand if you voted for Biden because you wanted to stop Trump. What I don't understand is actually supporting Biden. Because Biden is indeed a Republican.